And this is a competitive game where there's going to be 9 different tiles evenly distributed across the players. And then if there's an extra one, it's going to be going into the center of the table. And then each player is going to be assigned with a different colored pool of dice. And then players are going to be taking turns putting their tiles into the center of the table so that they are connected to one of the tiles already out on the table, either orthogonally or diagonally. For each tile that a player puts out, they're also going to be putting a die of their color on that tile, indicating that that one belongs to them. All the dice do start out with a value of 1, and the tiles don't necessarily have to be in a 9x9 grid like this. They could be in any shape whatsoever, so long as all of them are touching in some way. As the players put their tiles into play, it is required that each player puts one of their tiles into play face down so that the more generic side is visible. Once all the tiles are in play, you're going to be moving into the second phase of the game, where players are going to be taking turns moving a tile one space and then taking that tile's special ability either after or before they moved it. When you do move a tile, they do push any tiles that they bump into, and you're allowed to do this so long as no tile ends up disconnected from the rest of the board. There's all sorts of different abilities offered with these tiles, but they're mostly going to be manipulating the value of the dice on the surrounding tiles according to some sort of pattern. Players will be taking advantage of these abilities, trying to increase the value of the dice on their tiles. The end of the game is triggered as soon as a single die reaches the value of 6, and then you're going to be tallying up your victory points. But at this point, the hidden Muse are also going to be revealed, and the way that they work is that they don't have any special abilities on them, but they are a great way to get additional victory points, because each of these tiles does have a number of suns located on the top of the tile, and if you're able to get the value of the die on that tile to match that number of suns at the end of the game, then that die is automatically going to be worth a 6, granting you with a lot more victory points. Except for the scoring doesn't exactly work like I've been leading on here, because you don't actually get the victory points equal to the value of the die. Instead, at the end of the game, all the players are going to be arranging their dice in descending order, and then players are going to be comparing the value of their dice one by one from left to right, and whichever player has the absolute highest value for each of those is going to be gaining 1 victory point. This means that having more 6s and having more higher value dice than your opponents is going to help secure you the win. This means that having more 6s is going to do a lot to help secure you the win. And of course, if this one does sound interesting to you, you can go ahead and check it out, and I will have it linked down below.